And you're welcome back. Now, welcome back into Motivation. Today on Motivation, we are joined by Mfonobong Inyang. He's an author, communication strategist, and we will be talking about the role of personal development in nation building. Inyang, you are welcome. Good to have you again.
Good morning, Mazino. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
And also to our Muslim faithfuls. Yeah.
You started. If you talk too much, I'll take this mic.
Sorry. My bad.
No, Inyang, we love you and your exuberance, so please
you,
go
sir.
ahead, or
Appreciate
full
it.
steam ahead, don't mind.
welcome.
Let's talk about personal development.
Yeah.
Nation building. Yes,
Yeah.
we want to start from the unit, which is us, and
Exactly.
see how it actually kind of like affects our environment, the people we interact with, and also even up until the political status that we find ourselves. But what role does that one unit, that one person play?
So thank you very much. So the first thing I would say is this. One of the most unpatriotic things you can do is not to develop yourself.
Is not what?
Not to develop yourself.
Develop yourself, okay.
Right? Because when you say Nigeria is developed or underdeveloped, Nigeria is not a street. It's not a building. Nigeria is a people, right? So once the people are undeveloped, then the country becomes underdeveloped. So it's not a patriotic thing not to develop yourself. Do you understand? People think of Nigeria as there's a crowd out there. You are Nigeria, I am Nigeria. So I asked myself, if there are 2 million people like me in Nigeria, what kind of country will Nigeria be? So that personal responsibility, that role of, I'm going to take my space. I'm going to be the best Mazino I can be. Do you understand? I'm going to be the best Inyang I can be. Do you understand? If not for personal development, this studio would not be here. Somebody developed themselves. So when you talk about GDP, GDP is GDP per capita. Do you understand? So everybody has a role. Bonabo sang so everybody get role. Do you understand? So until you take responsibility for your space, for whatever you do you understand? Again, we come to that, it's called emotional intelligence. The first thing you need to understand is to know who you are. You cannot develop what you have not recognized. Do you understand?
But I see something wrong here, because when you talk about this, you're talking about me as a person, you're talking about me as a fully functional unit of society that has all the constitution, my own personal constitution.
Yeah, your agency.
First before, agency, you want to call it so. Now, however, there is that missing orientation where people, like you said, think that Nigeria is out there. However, Nigeria is each and every single one of us.
Yeah.
The biggest misconception I see, and correct me if I'm wrong, is that people think that Nigeria is the government. Now, how can we change that orientation? Conditioning.
Thank you. So again, the political elites, they are masters at conditioning. So they condition you to make you feel like you are subservient. They talk about democracy, but they practice something else that's not democracy. Do you understand? How can your employer refuse to talk to you? Sorry, your employee. People forget that the president is my employee. You say something like that, there's a cultural shock. Like, how can you say that kind of thing? You are disrespecting the president. It's actually my employee. The governor is my employee. The councilman is my employee.
You put him there.
Do you understand? So people don't know that they are. And the future of Nigeria is not in the future. It's not in the past. Sorry, it's not in the future. It's inside us. So people don't know that there's an orientation that our education system does not teach us. So when you see someone that has 50 cars in their convoy, it's hard to believe that that person is responsible to me. So they are masters at conditioning. They are masters at letting us know that we are not equal. So,
but doesn't it seem like we're in too deep already into this, what do you call it now, warped mindset?
Exactly.
Aren't we in too deep, and how long will it take for our nation to get
to that? It will take a radical...
how do we start?
It will take a lot. Everybody has to speak up, like what we're doing now. There's pockets of shows like this. Again, the education system, the religious system, because we are trained to idolize people, our culture and religion. We don't question leaders. So whatever they do, like I mentioned the last time, we are trained to idolize people. Do you understand? So when my governor is wrong, I cannot criticize him because we are disrespectful, we are anti-party. Do you understand? So we need to find ourselves in a position where we start questioning things. How is this thing done in other civilized countries? The Prime Minister of United Kingdom resigned because he attended the party.
Yeah.
Those are high standards. Do you understand? High standards. How do we
bring ourselves as individuals to those standards? Now, how do we hold ourselves responsible first so we can actually show this forward in trying to present ourselves as a nation? What must we do as one person?
First thing is emotional intelligence. The first subset of emotional intelligence is knowing yourself, self-awareness. When you know who you are and who you want to be, you know what you will not do. Do you understand? You must have values, you must have ethos. Do you understand? Values, we reward the wrong values in Nigeria. So the people that are more criminally inclined find their way to the top. And those that seem hardworking, they are relegated to the background. So we must determine that, hey, I will not be a corrupt person. I will not bribe Mazino. Do you understand? If there are 1 million people like me, suddenly there's there's a cascade of people thinking rightly. Because thinking is what makes a nation. We are a geographical expression of what you call a country. But how you think is an ideology. So our thinking has to change on religious levels, on educational levels, on even cultural levels. Do you understand? You must learn to do things decently. Driving in your lane, that's how it starts. So, I mean, this thing looks far-fetched, but it will take consecutive reorientation, generation over generation, to make it happen.
How do you, as one person, intend to make that happen? I mean, you're just one person.
Yeah.
What mechanism or apparatus do you intend to use? Religion, politics, social?
Exactly. Example of that kind of mechanism where we are now amplifying my values. Do you understand? Do you know people that have wrong values, they are bold about it. They are almost arrogant about it. But you that seem to have the good values, you are trying to be politically correct.
Yeah.
So we need to be more vocal about the things we have conviction about. That's why I'm on this show. I'm like, hey, first thing you told me, I'm going to be on the show, because we need to amplify voices like that. Because if you look at the TV, so you might think this is all there is about Nigeria.
Yeah.
People that are corrupt, let me shock you. The top 10 corrupt countries in the world, in terms of cybercrime, Nigeria is not there. But we are projected as
that.
Do you understand? Because the people doing the right things are not making their voices. That's why I like media. Media amplifies the right thing. UK, the US, they use the media to culture their people. They use the media to culture how they want the country to project. Do you understand? They reward the right thing. But yeah, we amplify the wrong value. So it starts with a set of values, special ethos. Say, hey, I will not do this. I will not do that. I will be the best Nigerian they can be. I'll be a model citizen.
And to propagate that?
Exactly.
What do you do? Where do you go? Who do you speak to? What mass, apart from media now, and the one opportunity that you get here and there, what other avenues could one have to propagate this kind of mindset or information?
It starts with the family, right?
Family.
Family, because people miss it at the family. They say, oh, yeah, if you have the right people in the family, your mom, your dad, your uncles, do you understand? Your catchment area, your Judea, you need to start telling them, hey, this is not acceptable. That is not acceptable. Families take responsibility. You know, we have the Dangote families. We have the Roswell families. In America, they are powerful families.
Yeah.
Do you understand? That control, they're called dynasties, right? But here, we don't take pride in names. Do you understand? In America, your last name is a powerful currency. But here, it's just like, yeah, who are you? Who are you again? Do you understand? So we don't build that kind of dynasty. People think that inheritance is stock options. Inheritance is a name. My name can open doors. When you say Rockefeller, like everybody says, how can we help you?
I get you there, Ian.
Do you understand? So it starts with families, then aggregation becomes a nation.
We don't have enough time, obviously, to be able to discuss it, but at least you're doing your bit.
Yes.
You're using this medium to be able to tell
Exactly. And thank you, TVC, for the opportunity.
Oh, thank us, yes.
Yeah, I'm nice. Have to.
And it's a good thing. It's a good show of,
Yes.
what do you call that thing? Patriotism. Let me put it that
Patriotism,
way.
yeah.
I like
Projection,
that.
yeah.
Exactly. Thank you very much. I hope you'll
You're
be
welcome.
back again next week.
Definitely.
And we're talking about
all Mondays in October.
Definitely.
You're welcome. Please.
Hang in there. Do stay tuned, okay? Because
you
we
so
have
much.
something coming your way again that's very, very interesting.